Hey folks, so the patch notes for the Sizzle season version 4.0 update are here. They've just been released by Nintendo, so I'm going to be going over each and every one. A lot of this will go over things that we already know, but there's also plenty of details here that haven't been shared by Nintendo yet, so this is really exciting. So first of all, we have season and catalog changes. On June 1st, 2023, data relating to Sizzle Season 2023 will be added to the game. This includes a new catalog, including new gear, titles, splash tags, decorations, stickers, and emotes. A new battle stage, Barnacle and Dime. A returning battle stage from the Splatoon 2 game, Humpback Pump Track. 2 new main weapons. 2 new sets of main weapons paired with different sub and special weapons. A new Salmon Run stage, Jammin' Salmon Junction, and 11 new table turf battle cards. Now we're getting into some of the stuff that we actually haven't known about yet, which is going to be fun to check out. Next we have changes to multiplayer. Added free songs that play during battles, so more songs than we expected, which is cool to hear. New main weapons have been added. These weapons will be available in the shops at the start of the Sizzle Season 2023. Yeah, we already knew about these ones, Nintendo has shared them off pretty extensively, so I'm not going to repeat what is said here. You can read it if you want to, but I think we all know about these weapons by now. New weapons have been added, so this shows you all of the different new kits that we've gotten, just a recap of them. Once again, Nintendo has already revealed all of these, so this is basically just a complete recap of everything that we've already seen, but still good to get that recap. Specifications for some main weapons have changed. Carbon Roller and Carbon Roller Deco. When the player holds the ZR button to ink while moving forward, they will now reach a top speed approximately 1/6 of a second faster than before. Octo Brush. Reduce the amount of ink consumed by swinging the brush by approximately 6%. Reduce the amount of ink consumed when holding the ZR button to ink while moving forward by approximately 7%. Snipe Brighter 5H. Reduce the amount of ink consumed by approximately 13%. Increase movement speed while charging while fully charged by approximately 13%. Splashomatic and Neo-Splashomatic. Shorten forward ink spread from the point of ink pack by approximately 10%. Sloshing Machine. Lengthen the interval between continuous swings of approximately this much of a second. Splatana Stamper. Narrowed the width of ink launched by horizontal slashes by approximately 14%. Increase the amount of ink consumed by approximately 30%. Specifications for some special weapons have changed. Big Bubbler. Increase the barrier's maximum radius. Reduce the damage taken from some special weapons to approximately 50 to 75% of what it was before. Tacticooler. Extended the drink's effect duration by approximately 2 seconds when not equipped with the special power-up gear ability. The effect duration gained from equipping the maximum number of special power-up gear abilities will not change. Made it easier to activate the effect from the special power-up gear ability, even when the player only has a few items with that gear ability equipped. Super Jump. Increase the radius of ground inked when decoys drop by approximately 40%. Increase the maximum damage dealt by decoy explosions from 25 to 35. Made it possible to aim for nearer positions than before. Ultra Stamp. Shortened the effect duration by approximately 1.5 seconds when not equipped with the special power-up gear ability. The effect duration gained from equipping the maximum number of special power-up gear abilities will not change. Made it easier to activate the effect from the special power-up gear ability, even when the player only has a few items with that gear ability equipped. And then some points required for some of the special weapons have changed here, so you can see. These weapons have basically gotten slightly nerfed. Made it so that players cannot super jump to a teammate's position in tower control mode when that teammate jumped from a tower to a wall and their current position is separated from that position of the tower that would be the super jump destination. Made it so that when certain conditions are met, 2 players on the winning team who made great efforts will celebrate each other's brave fighting after performing their victory modes. So that must be the fist bump thing that we saw. It's cool to know exactly how that actually works now. That's interesting, I wasn't quite expecting it to be like that, but hey, that's a cool new addition. Made it possible to select from 2 different ink colored combinations when color lock is enabled. Color lock combination 1 is close to the previous setting. When battling with 2 teams, the colors will remain the same as when color lock was enabled until version 3.1.1. During Tricolor Turf War, the colors will remain the same as when color lock was enabled in version 1.2.1 or earlier. Color lock combination number 2 is a greater adjustment that provides support for cases where it was difficult to play with color lock enabled previously. The color combination will be different from when color lock was enabled previously, both when battling with two teams and during tricolor turf war battles. Adjusted the animation when a repping Inkopolis mode was performed with a Splatling equipped. Changes to challenges. So of course challenges has been added to the game, and here they give a nice little rundown of how they're going to work. Challenges are limited time battles with special rules. They can also serve as online tournament qualifiers. Players can participate solo or form a group with friends and join together. Challenges can be broken up into as many as 3 time slots that players from various regions can join. Each time slot will be 2 hours long. As players battle, their challenge power will be calculated, which challenges based on the player's wins and losses during the time slot. Challenge power will be calculated individually for players who participate solo and as a group for players joining as a group. If a group's members change, the group will be considered new and challenge power will be recalculated. Once a certain amount of time has passed since the end of the challenge, players will be able to check the lobby terminal to see how high the challenge power was overall. Challenge power distribution is measured in 3 divisions: solo, duos, and teams. 3-player groups are considered part of the teams division. Made it possible to use the shellout machine with shellout tokens, so that's a cool new addition. That's the reward that we will be getting for taking part in challenges. Players who win 5 battles within a challenge will receive a shellout token. Players can only earn 1 shellout token per challenge. I think that's a bit disappointing, to be honest with you. I've not really given too many of my thoughts on this update so far because I'm trying to keep this very matter of fact, but I kind of had to interject with that one a little bit. Changes to Anarchy Battles. Made it so that Anarchy power will be calculated for your team as a whole when participating in Anarchy Battle Open with friends. Anarchy power changes based on wins and losses and is reset when modes or stages switch. If a group's members change, the group will be considered new and Anarchy power will be recalculated. Once a certain amount of time has passed since the mode or stage switched, players will be able to check the lobby terminal to see how high their Anarchy power was overall. Anarchy power distribution is measured in 2 divisions, duos and teams. 3-player groups are considered part of the teams division. Greatly changed the matchmaking mechanism in Anarchy Battle Open to improve matchmaking efficiency for groups of 2 players. Made it possible to change gear then go after the battle ends in Anarchy Battle. This allows players in a group to change gear while maintaining the group. Made it so that selecting stop after a battle ends will return players to the awaiting ready state instead of forcing them to leave the room after participating in Anarchy Battle Open with a group of friends. We also have some changes to Salmon Run. Specifications for some main weapons have changed. Dynamo Roller. Reduced the amount of ink consumed by horizontal swings and vertical swings by about approximately 25%. Reduced the amount of ink consumed when holding the ZR button to paint while moving forward by approximately 33%. Octobrush. Reduced the amount of ink consumed by swinging the brush by approximately 6%. Big Swig Roller. Increased the damage dealt when holding the ZR button to ink while moving forward by approximately 42%. Snipe Rider 5H. Increased damage dealt when fully charged by approximately 33%. Reduced the amount of ink consumed when firing, charging by approximately 13%. Slosher. Increased damage dealt by approximately 40%. Tentabrella. Increased the damage per burst shot by approximately 28%. Increased the maximum damage dealt with a single shot to a single target by approximately 47%. Increased damage dealt by the Brella by approximately 50%. Undercover Brella. Increased the maximum damage dealt with a single shot to a single target by approximately 25%. Increased damage dealt by the Brella by approximately 25%. Try Stringer. Increased the damage dealt at the first charge level by approximately 33%. There is no change to the damage dealt at the second charge level. Reflux 450. Increased damage dealt when firing without charging by approximately 6%. Increased damage dealt at the first charge level by approximately 40%. There is no change to the damage dealt at the second charge level. Doubled the number of fish scales normally obtained after fighting a King Salmonid in a big run. Made it possible to join Extra Ruck solo. When players join solo, a weapon that does not overlap with the other players will automatically be selected from the weapons available in that round of Extra Work. When joining Extra Work with a group fewer than 4, other players will be gathered so it becomes a 4-player attempt. Players with similar high scores during that round of Extra Work or similar regular job ratings will be gathered. Made it so that when a player joins an Extra Work group, the weapon that does not overlap with players who are already participating is initially selected. Made it clearer when it is not possible to select ready because a player has joined an Extra Work group and selected a weapon that overlaps with another player. Made it so that friends and members of the same pool will be notified when you set a new high score in a big run or extra work. Players who do not wish to be notified about new high scores can disable it by selecting options on the main menu and selecting other lobby notifications off. Adjusted the position where normal power eggs appear when a salmonid is hit with an attack so that they appear from the position where the attack hit. This does not apply to all attacks. Made it so that the number of golden eggs deposited and the number of normal power eggs obtained both display when viewing recent jobs at Grisco Industries. Made it so that newly added items available for trade using fish scales are clearly marked. Then we also have a whole bunch of changes to Table Turf Battle as well. I really wasn't expecting this update to be so big, so bear with me. Increased the Table Turf rank limit to 999. Adjusted the results screen animation to make the winner clearer. Made it possible for players to check their own deck or give up after placing a card and waiting for their opponent to make a decision. Made it easier to distinguish between cards in the deck and cards not in the deck whilst on the deck editing screen. Made it so that the player's win streak in a particular room displays in online matches. When a player leaves the room, their win streak returns to 0. Made it possible for the player who created the room to leave even when other players are in an online match. Made it possible for other players to continue online matches in a room even after the player who created the room leaves. Made it so that when a player is spectating another player's online match and a different player in the same room begins playing, that information displays on screen. Made it so that when a player is editing their deck in an online match, the speech bubble indicating what they are doing will appear above their head. Change the control to stop accepting online matches to the B button. Made it so that players will automatically give up if they do not take any actions for a set amount of time in online matches. Changes to the lobby, we also have a whole bunch of these as well. I'm really surprised just how many things are actually packed into this that I wasn't expecting. I feel like I'm going to have to make a more detailed video, but let's just continue with the patch notes. Added free songs that'll play in the lobby. Supported the room creation feature of Splatnet Free. Room creation is a feature in Splatnet Free for creating private battle rooms in advance. When players create a room, they can generate an invitation URL and share it via social media to invite other players. After creating a room with room creation or receiving an invitation to a room that another player created using room creation, players can join the room created with room creation by selecting private battle from the in-game lobby. Some of these are tongue twisters honestly, so if you hear me mess up certain words, that's why Nintendo is trying to trip me up. Made it possible to send notifications inviting players to join the group as many times as desired. Once a certain amount of time has passed after sending a notification once, players will be able to send another. Made it possible to select put away when grabbing a shelf or locker organizer while editing your locker, as long as they aren't touching any other objects. Made it so that the food or drink effects are currently active will display when ordering new food or drinks at Grab and Go. Made it so that when another player is operating the jukebox in a private battle, a speech bubble indicating what they are doing will appear above their head. Made it possible to use some features even during matchmaking. These include displaying notifications, displaying your friends menu, displaying ghost details, viewing lockers, rating a player or a locker as fresh. Finally, this update focuses on adding features for Sizzle Season 2023, which starts in June, as well as adding challenges and the Anarchy Battle Open features. It also adjusts the balance of battles and Salmon Run. Regarding challenges, we've implemented the features of League battles from Splatoon 2 separately. Special events like tournaments and monthly battles are now a part of challenges, while you'll be able to test your skills anytime with friends in Anarchy Battle Open. In terms of battle adjustments, we've added new main weapons powered by some special weapons and made adjustments to certain weapons. In particular, Sloshing Machine was designed for fighting in places of height difference or lots of obstacles, but it has proven highly effective even in battles in flat places. So by lengthening the interval between continuous swings, we've maintained the characteristic wide attack range while decreasing its ability to defeat opponents. For the Splatana Stamper, we've increased the accuracy of the aim for follow-up attacks with horizontal slashes and lowered the ability to continue fighting solo, all while maintaining the unique nature of fighting by relying on the powerful charge slash, which balances a wide inking range and high attack performance. Regarding the Splashomatic and the Neo Splash, we've made adjustments to slightly alleviate the situation where they are able to effectively exchange fire with foes at a greater distance than intended. Our next update is planned for the middle of the season and will focus on balance adjustments. Oh my gosh, that was a huge update. I was not expecting it to be so big. There's so many different things to break down here, and I want to make lots of different videos on some of the small, fun, crazy new details that were revealed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Splat Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for more. I'm trying to hit 30k subscribers before the end of the year.